No, he's not. Not at all.
And I just feel like with the Warriors, I just feel like I don't really like the scoring besides Steph Curry. And if you can contain him a little bit, nobody else is scary. Like
I mean,
nobody else is nobody else is scary. He's not scary. He's not scary. On that note, we back with another video. I go by the name of Steph. We got Doughboy Bush, Teddy White 405. Playoffs, play-in. It's that time of year. It's April. Oh man, hey, this is a slept-on time of year. Like playoffs, NBA playoffs. You got NFL draft coming. You know what I mean? What next? Is that next week? Oh no, the week after. I think it's the last week of April. Yeah. But springtime, man. You know what I mean? So NBA season is winding down. Got about two months left until we crown a champion. And so we're gonna talk about the play-in and the playoffs today. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel, like video, comment, let us know what you think about what we are talking about today, which is going to be the playoffs. We also going to talk about probably that Budenholzer firing. Coaches, man, good coaches are getting fired, man. These owners are panicking, these teams are panicking, but you know, we're gonna get into all that, man. So let's start with this, man. So right now, as we're doing this video, we got Orlando and Atlanta playing. Looks like Orlando's going to run away with this. Just before the halftime, it's 49-30. Orlando's pretty much running away with this game. They're in full control in this game, so it's looking like they're going to get the 7th seed, and they will be matching up with the number 2 Celtics. And then the next game that we have coming up, we have the Warriors and the Grizzlies. So we can start seeing how the Western Conference bracket is going to start. Coming together. I mean, there's really no reason to talk about this game right now. Orlando's pretty much going to run away with this one. So
they should run away with it.
So let's just kind of talk about the Heat and the Bulls real quick, and then we'll come out west. What do y'all think about that matchup? I'm gonna say this about the Chicago Bulls. See, and here's the thing about the NBA in general this year. If you're a casual fan, you probably don't really know, but some of these bad teams, they're not bad. Like, no. If that makes sense, they're not bad. Like, the Bulls are not a bad team.
You're saying a piece of two away. You're saying they're a piece of two.
Right. No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you who's bad. The Pelicans are bad. You know what I'm saying? The Jazz is bad. Like, those are bad teams. But like after the Suns are bad. But after you kind of like, it's a lot of good teams in the NBA. There's only a few. I would say like teams that we would consider potential champions, but. I like the Bulls and Heat matchup. That's an interesting one, man. I feel like the Bulls can run away with that one. I feel I like the way Giddey's playing. What's my guy name? I can't think of his fucking name right
Kobe
now.
White.
Kobe White's been balling. Yeah. He's been going crazy.
And
so they have a couple of other players too. So I think they got a better team and a better roster. What y'all think, Doughboy?
I think my favorite player on the Bulls is the Matas. Is it Matas?
The rookie.
I know
the rookie.
Do not come after me, chat. Don't come after me, yo.
No, the rookie.
I'm not taking no mess,
the
yo.
Rookie.
But I'm gonna say this: he my favorite player on the Bulls. My dog has had a great season this year.
So, yes.
Man, hey, next year, man, look out for my dog. Even in this playoffs, though, he gonna turn up though. So shout out to Matas over there on the Bulls. I think I'm saying it right, but you know who I'm talking about.
All right, y'all. So
they know. So if they're not a casual.
So
fan.
if y'all, my bad, y'all. I'm just gonna say this: if y'all are watching this, you know what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna edit this out. Somehow my OBS got a little messed up here. And we're trying to get these. I'm trying to get these cameras right on the fly, so y'all just bear with us, man. But we still talking. So, but no, yeah. Is it Matisse? How do you say his name? I'm not sure how you say it.
Basilis or something like that.
Yeah, don't even get me to try to pronounce that name. I couldn't tell you.
Hey, it don't mean I don't. Hey, listen to me again, chat. Don't tell me I don't know who. I know who. Excuse me if I'm killing their name though, but one of my favorite players for sure. But you know what though? Since we speaking on the Bulls though, shouts out to the turnaround that they did this season.
Yes,
Lonzo Ball comes back. They come off of DeRozan. They come off of
Levine.
They come off.
I really feel like they're trying to tank.
They were trying to tank at that time, and it didn't happen. Especially because the East is so terrible.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Billy Donovan too, coaching on what he's done this year, man.
Yeah,
definitely should be in that coach of the year running for sure.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know, man. They came out of nowhere with that. I ain't saying he's gonna win. I ain't gonna say you got to have other contestants.
No, you do. You do. I mean, if you
young team,
if you want to do an impromptu this topic on that, I would say Pistons.
I did a little bit too much with the coach of the year. I take it back.
No, I was.
I'll take it back. Stand 10 toes down
I
on
would
that.
say like Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's who's out there right now? He was a coach of the Cavs last season, and he moved to the Pistons. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
Oh, you talking about Biggerstaff?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Biggerstaff, possibly. Ime, kind of staying.
Hell yeah.
Staying up there.
Ime's did a great job in Houston.
Yeah.
Gotta throw JJ in.
JJ Redick first year, 50 wins,
JJ,
number 3. Yeah,
definitely.
So
you know what? We're gonna do a whole chop up of episodes. We're gonna do our early season. I mean, not early season, but end of the season
like
awards.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
All net, no rim awards, though. That's what we're gonna do.
Nah, that's coming for sure. So
nope, not political, no media in it.
Strictly us, unbiased opinion.
So yeah, I got Bulls beating the Heat. There's not too much I like about the Heat. The Tyler Hero. I feel like Bam's regressed a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, that's not even a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take. That is not a hot take.
Okay, you know what?
Y'all,
go ahead.
Y'all
tell me what you haven't liked.
Yeah, what haven't you liked? What have you seen?
The rebound now. I feel like interior presence on both ends of the floor. I feel like that's just kind of taking a step back. Not really the scoring, but just like that. You know, stopping your man and, you know, coming on the other end, getting rebounds. Like, I feel like he's not really that rebounder that he's been in past seasons. And they need that, you know. And I feel like that's why they're 10th, you know. And again, they kind of had the same issue that the Kings had. You had all that noise with Jimmy Butler, and we had all the noise with De'Aaron Fox. That affects your team. And let's not.
And you're right.
You know,
it does affect the team, but I would love to see. I have liked what I've seen. I understand what you're saying. The consistency. You haven't seen the consistency. And I told you,
right.
Since I have seen Jimmy move out, I do like the come down. Okay, one dribble. Okay, boom, boom. A little bit more aggressive, but we need to see more.
They seem like they got more. I don't know. They got more flow since Jimmy left. I felt like
for sure.
The ball is moving around a lot more.
That's a big piece they lost. That's like like
it is.
Said, that's equivalent to us losing Fox, if not more.
Yeah, definitely.
No, for sure.
For me, I got the Heat to go ahead and win that series, man. I think Eric Spoelstra's going to go ahead. Yeah, okay. I feel like the Heat's going to go ahead and do that. I feel like Eric Spoelstra's going to go ahead and find a way or figure out a way to make these boys come out and play and get past this round. This first playing game, should I say, to get into the playoffs. I feel like a little bit more experience, you know, got a little bit more seasoned vets on their team this go around. I kind of like they bench too as well. They got a couple pieces that can come off and help them out. So I do feel like, you know, that can go ahead and happen for them.
Okay. All right. So we got two for the Bulls. Or you say Bulls? 4-5?
Bulls.
All right. So we got two for the Bulls. One for the Heat.
Bulls have been the last 20 games.
They got hot right at the right time.
Got hot at the right time. And this is a dangerous team right here to face. Yes. I think for the Miami Heat, it's going to come down to what Andrew Wiggins do we get.
Yeah, they had him over there. They got him over there. Yes.
Don't tell me. Yeah. Hey, Wiggins has had some good games for the Miami.
Yes.
Wiggins is a good NBA player. I just got to add him. You know, but I do like what I'm seeing from Tyler Hero. What do you think? Okay. Just this is kind of impromptu, but like with the Heat, real quick, what do y'all see them doing and like looking like next season? Do they keep the Hero, Bam? There's talking Giannis. Maybe if the Bucks don't do anything, he might want to come down there, and you would have to trade.
But I mean, you're giving up, like we talked about in the group chat, man. When you make decisions like this and you go out for a KD or for a Giannis or anybody that's a superstar type situation, you put your team in one of those.
You're giving up a lot.
How are you going to go ahead and run out the rest of this roster when you're giving up 5 or 6 different pieces or 4 pieces and a couple draft picks,
which is
then you don't have the right salary cap to go ahead and go sign the players that you might need to go ahead and do to round out the roster to make them to at least have a bench to compete when them starters do come out.
Which is what happened with Phoenix,
right?
They had a full roster and they kind of gutted it to get the big three, and it just did not work out.
Shouldn't happen.
I know people are gonna be like hindsight's 2020, but for me, and I think I haven't told y'all this. I don't know if anybody remember. I really didn't like the Bill thing. I like Durant and Booker.
Yeah, I didn't like the Bill. I wasn't high on the Bill. I never
understood the Bill. I'm like, Booker, that's kind of redundant to have him and Booker. They're both two guards. Neither one's a point.
Right.
Now, Devin Booker, I will give him credit. He has gone out of his way, and I give him all the credit in the world to become a better playmaker, to be like a distributor of the ball. His assists have gone way up. It's just like not working, man. You need more players, man.
Definitely,
you got to fill up that roster. But
let me ask y'all a question. Let me put the stealth seat on real quick, right? Right. Let me ask y'all, what grade, right, do you guys give the Phoenix Suns owner?
Oh, they were talking about that on First Take today. So
I missed it. Unfortunately, y'all, until this thing pop off, I'm going to be at this 9 to 5 or until these.
Oh man, I know. Nah. So, F.
Yeah, no, he's gonna fail in grade for sure.
You
did nothing to make that team better at all. You know what I mean? Outside of we're gonna go ahead and add Bradley Beal, we're gonna go ahead and add KD. But to round that, like I said beforehand, just a minute ago, that bench is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
That bench is terrible
because that goes. But go ahead, Steph. Go ahead.
Yeah, but also because, bro, what was that? 3 seasons ago they was in the NBA Finals.
3. So yeah, in 2021.
So you were in the NBA Finals. I think they were up. Weren't they up 2-0?
Yes,
if I recall.
Yes, I think so.
You were up 2 on Milwaukee. So I mean, you were in a competitive series, but you were in the NBA Finals. You had Monty Williams, you had Chris Paul, you had Devin Booker, you had Michael Bridges. You had Cam Johnson. You had Ayton.
Cam Johnson, yeah. You had Ayton at the time too.
And all just several years later, now you're at the bottom of the West. Can't scratch the play-in. You're not even in the play-in.
Like, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? That's all the owner.
Hold on. Hey, you would have thought they would have got in, especially during the time frame the Mavs got hurt. When they had that, everybody went down, you thought that KD and then would have been able to make that push to go ahead and at least get into the playing game.
And then look at this, right? So you have Monty Williams who got to the NBA Finals, right? You fire him.
Yeah.
Right? Then you go and get Frank Vogel, an NBA champion coach, fire him 1 season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then you go get. Hey, then
you said something very crucial in the chat today, Steph. You said something. Hold on. You said.
Then you go get Budenholzer.
And didn't do nothing.
NBA champion coach. Fire him. Like,
fire him.
What?
Yep.
Bro, dysfunctional.
That goes back to what you said.
Dysfunctional. Like,
hey, well, yeah.
How come other franchises outside of Sacramento who make the even worse mistakes, right? Number one, this shows you that just because you got $1 billion doesn't mean that it don't mean that you can do this and you're going to make bad decisions. Clearly,
this was terrible.
Just because you throw a bag of money out and in revenue for play, don't mean that it's going to mesh or the return is going to be good. And this is a prime example.
Question to y'all. I don't know if either one of y'all know this offhand. The Bradley Beal contract, did he come to Phoenix with that, or did they sign him to that?
Yes, he sure did. No, he came to Phoenix with that contract, bro. And they're not going to be able to go ahead and move up off him with that. Even if they do a buyout, his contract buyout's going to be crazy as hell too as well.
Buy him out.
They're pretty much death row. He's on death row right now, with the contract.
Well, KD's probably,
if you buy him out though, it's gonna cost you more to buy him out too as well. So I don't know how they're gonna go ahead and deal that bad contract if they do go ahead and get rid of it, because they were talking about it earlier today too as well.
If you are the Phoenix Suns,
I heard
unless Bradley restructures his deal, bruh, because he says he wants to stay in Phoenix.
Oh, he's going to stay.
Unless he does that.
Why do you want to stay there if you're him?
They say he wants to stay.
My family's here. I done already moved my family here. We done got comfortable here. I done left where I was comfortable at to come here. You know what? What we need to do? Hey,
you know what?
First off,
Let's
speak on this. Let's speak on this buttonholeizer him.
They
didn't have the best relationship. It's clearly just seeing that it's coming.
They did not.
Right?
Yeah, no, they did not.
So if you're Bradley Beal, right? Let me ask you guys a question. If you're Bradley Beal and he tells you, "I need you to play like," who did he say? Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
How do you take that?
Hey, I'm making more money.
Now here's the thing, right? About that, when I saw that. See, I would love to know the context of the conversation and how he said it, because if you're just talking about what he brought to that team and the role, because Budenholzer, he coached Drew Holiday. And they won a championship.
They won the championship with him on that squad.
Yeah, so I think he's saying like, okay, if you could just fill that role of, hey, play hard, be the defender, hit your open shots. I think he was more so saying that, like, not be Drew Holiday, but I think he was just trying to like, I'm just assuming as a coach, that's what he was.
Right. That's the word. That's the word. You can't get mad. Exactly. You can't get mad.
That's the word.
You got a fat contract. If this man is coming to you like this and telling you, hey man, I need you to play this role here, I'd be like, all right, you know what? Whatever you need me to go ahead and do to go ahead and get some wins and to help out my team, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
But you know what's
so I don't know why he would take that the wrong way as far as like trying to compare apples to oranges.
You know what's funny with that though?
If it was like that,
we all talked about. I think we were talking about on the last time we was recording and doing some content. We talked about how like you can't say nothing to these players. Like,
no, you can't.
Why are they so? You can't say that. I can't look at you as the head coach of the team and be like, hey, this is the role I need you to fulfill, and you're gonna get upset about that.
And then don't let the media catch wind of it, because it's gonna go ahead and heighten that up even more.
You can't, bro. To be a head coach, it's like, whew.
Got to tread lightly, it seems like.
Man.
It seems like you got to go ahead and really, like, you know what I'm saying, tread lightly and watch what you say verbally and how you say it, you know what I mean, and things like that.
And we just talked about all these good coaches getting fired. Mike Malone.
Fired, right.
Who's the Memphis coach? Fired. Like, what? Like,
one thing that we noticing right now, reputation doesn't
your reputation doesn't precede you, right? Yeah.
Right. Your reputation does not. It's only going to carry you so long. Reputation used to be the Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
Right. Whether you had a bad season or not.
Yeah.
Because of the culture and the foundation that you built here, and we've had nothing but success with you. And if we have 3 or 4 bad seasons, don't worry about it, because I know we're gonna be able to change this.
Chauncey Billups. You said they gave him a new contract.
Yes, they sure did. And they should have.
They're at the bottom of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what? We like what you're.
We like what you're doing. We see that you're changing the culture up here in Portland. Let's go ahead and extend you or keep you, instead of them panicking like how most teams are doing right now. The win now situation. Oh, well, if we can't win with you in one season, we're throwing you to, you know what I'm saying, the Wolves.
You know what?
All right, cool. You out of here.
You know what I don't think? Before I say this point, you just reminded me. I'm hearing early rumors that Thibodeau might be out of there if the Knicks don't do anything.
What?
So, but people got to realize there's only going to be one champion. Like these teams, these owners and GMs got to realize there's only going to be one champion. Like, are you competitive? Like, look at your team, analyze. Okay, are we moving forward? Are we continue to get better? You know, and just kind of go from there. But I mean, there's only a few guys, only a few teams. OKC, Cleveland, Boston. I like LA. Don't let the Knicks get in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes,
if they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, they can get to.
They're gonna be a problem.
They can get to the finals. So
they'll definitely be a
problem. I feel like somebody, but like it's only like 5, 4, maybe real contenders. I don't know. But that's crazy though, man. Phoenix Suns, man. These coaches, this coaching thing, this coaching exodus. You know what I'm saying? This is going on in the NBA right now. And it's probably going to be more when the season ends.
For sure.
So
for sure, it's going to be more.
So let's come out west. Since we're talking about the Phoenix Suns, the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Now, by the time this goes up, that game is going to already have been played. But we're talking about it prior to the game being played. So, Dope Boy, let's start with you. Who do you have winning that game, the Warriors or the Grizzlies?
It's going to be a tight one, man. But I feel like Steph Curry, them being him, Draymond being, champions and veterans, they know what is on the line with this game. You know, then you bring over Jimmy Butler, who's never really been able to play with a team of this magnitude or superstars of this magnitude here who has championship pedigree in them. So I do feel like they're going to go ahead and figure out a way to play defense, hopefully better defense, rebound the ball, because I know they're a little undersized. So they're going to go ahead and need Draymond and a couple of them other cats to really take care of that glass in order for them to go ahead and win, because we do know that the Memphis Grizzlies are a bigger team when it comes to the front court. So with that being said, for me, I do feel like, the veterans will prove, and I feel like that Golden State will figure out a way to go ahead and win this game.
4-5.
This is a tough one.
Especially if you get playoff Jimmy. Especially if you get playoff Jimmy.
That man, he makes a huge difference in this.
Definitely.
I mean, just for the Warriors in general. Who I have for the series, man, the Memphis boys come out and play tough every time they come to the West. I ain't gonna lie. But you know what? Curry gonna do his thing. I believe in the season series, which has no meaning on what we're going through right now. I want to say the Warriors have won three. They up 3-1. You know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure, the Warriors haven't forgot about the year that the Grizzlies put them out in the playoffs.
Oh, good point.
These two teams don't like each other. Well, I really think it's like Bane and Ja, because they're like the only two. Jaren Jackson's still there, but like they're like the only guys still there. Versus like Steph and Draymond, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no players really on those respective teams that were battling like 3 seasons ago. You know what I'm saying? But I think Ja be out there, but I can't wait to watch this game tonight.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a 10. It's gonna be a hell of a game. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
I think the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies will win tonight.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because what 4-5 was just saying, rebounding.
Yes.
Edie, Zach Edey, excuse me. That size is gonna. You know what I mean, now he will be a liability on defense on the other end, but if you can kind of like negate that with just him coming down, maybe getting some blocks, rebounding, changing some shots because he's so tall, just getting out there. But they're gonna put him in switch, in bad situations when
get him in foul trouble,
pick and rolls.
Him and Jaren Jackson, get them both in foul trouble, man. So that way you can go ahead and take advantage of being undersized for sure.
I talked about Bam earlier, regressing a bit. I got Jaren Jackson in that same. Again, like you were known as a rebounder. Now it's like getting like 1-2 rebounds a game, 3. It's like what's going on? Like they're gonna need that tonight though. So
I think I like that. I love the Grizzlies. I just feel like, man, I think that Jalen Wells loss is really
huge.
Hey, the rookie from Sacramento.
Than what people think it is.
Hometown. He from Sac, man.
Yes. Yeah, that losing him was a big part of their.
He played well this season. He played well.
Personality, I would say.
That extra loose ball.
Yes.
Hustle.
Or Bane on the bench. That bucket.
Hustle. Definitely the hustle mentality for sure.
But they still got some guys out there, man, who can play basketball. Aldama, they got Luke Kennard, who can get out there and hit a 3. So they got a little team out there. Bane, he's out there. He ain't no punk. So
no, he's not.
I just feel like with the Warriors, I don't really like the scoring besides Steph Curry. And if you can contain him a little bit, nobody else is scary. Like nobody else is scary. He's not scary. He's not scary. No, he's not scary.
Playoff Jimmy's not scary.
Playoff Jimmy. Oh my God, y'all overrate this guy so much.
Hey, Teddy White, you hear your boy
y'all overrate this guy.
Jimmy is scary, bro.
Y'all overrate this guy.
And that's crazy.
No, but this is no. Hold on.
Exactly.
Let me say this.
Right now.
I'm gonna say this. Hold on. Y'all know I keep it real about whatever I feel, because you know what I say. I feel. I'm not. You know what I'm saying. So
right.
I like Jimmy Butler, but I can also compartmentalize me liking him as a player and be like, okay, this is what he really is, and you know what I'm saying. I just don't feel like he's scary. Good NBA player. He's gonna play well tonight, but I don't see him going off for 25 or more. Maybe
it's playoff Jimmy.
17, 18. Hey, 17, 18 points. 17, 18 points.
The people want to know.
I say about six assists.
The people want to know. Is playoff Jimmy, is that a real thing?
It is a real thing. And he better not deny that. He better not deny that. If that boy deny that, man, take his microphone away from him.
They want to know. They're asking me right now on chat. Right now.
You got my shoulders shaking. Come on.
Come on.
No. Jimmy has had a few playoff years where like stretches where he's played extremely well. That year that he took his team when they played the finals against the Nuggets, not even bubble, the Nuggets year. He played well. Yes. No, he played very well. Bubble. I don't know what he did that Philly year. I don't think they did too much that year. That was the year they lost to Kawhi, I believe.
They did. Yeah, they did lose Kawhi that year.
When Kawhi hit that shot. And
let's ask this question.
But no. But here's my thing. No. Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me answer that.
He said, I'm gonna let you finish.
No, well, Jimmy's a good player, but what I'm saying is, and what I've always said about him, I just feel like there's areas of his game that he's lacking. He's not crazy athletic. He's not a crazy shooter. He effort and just heart. That can get you a long way though, but you need some skill too. You need elite skill to continue to move on and win. And I just feel like he's cool. Draymond, talking about progressing. Have y'all seen Draymond's stats this year?
Hey, but listen, the thing about Draymond, we know what he's bringing to the table when he plays these games, bro. We don't care about the stats as long as he's in there. As long as you need the shots when you need them, when you're open, Draymond, knock them joints down. But your primary specialty is playing defenses and getting in them boys' heads and creating foul trouble for the other opposing team, man. And getting inside these boys' heads, man. Hey, I don't care. You don't have to go out there and score me 5 points. You have to give me 10 points.
I'm not talking about his points. I'm talking about Draymond used to be the playmaker of the team. Hold on. Let me say this point, because Draymond used to be the playmaker. The ball used to be in his hands, and he would get 8, 9, 10 assists a game, 8 rebounds, 7 points. But he's not doing that. It's kind of like 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. I'm like, you got to do a little bit. If you talking about winning the NBA Finals, you need Draymond to get some numbers. You need him, to play make and get rebounds and get assists.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, so, you do need Draymond.
Even though, you need Draymond to do Draymond things. You know what I mean? So, but now we'll see. We'll see if the Jimmy Butler.
I look, man. Draymond stats on the year, bro, right now for this season, man. And I don't know what you've seen is 9 points average. 6.1 rebounds, 5.6 assists, bro.
Lately, I'm talking like lately, he has not been meeting those averages. If you look at the last 10 games, go look at his game log on ESPN. He has not been meeting those. He's been below those averages. He's been well below those averages. If you go look at the last games leading up into this play-in.
We're gonna see.
So it's not like he's just doing that every night. Like he's not so. You got that's you got to take into account that's 82 games. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I mean? So, but I feel like Memphis right now is a better team. I do, man. If they can contain Steph Curry, then they win tonight. I think they win tonight. Now let's stay out west because I think we talked about the 2 playing games out east. Dallas and Sacramento. Dallas and Sacramento.
Hey, so it's stats. So look, I'm looking up here.
No.
You want to see stats? Oh, you want to hear stats for the last 10 games I looked at?
Well, you kind of messing with my pace. I already moved on, brother.
All right, go ahead. It's all good. It's all good.
Dallas and Sac. 4-5. What's your predictions for that game? Now where the Sacramento Kings hub. That's our the team that we kind of support as far as our content, right? Mm-hmm. And we talk about a lot on this channel. So, can they beat the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The beam is being lit tomorrow, 9:30 p.m., brother. Let's go Sacktown, huh? Great chance to show. Great chance to bounce back.
Yes.
Great chance to show the world. Great chance to put the NBA notice. Matter of fact, tomorrow, Vivek, hey, Vivek. We need all white shirts. We're going to do a whiteout tomorrow.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. The old school playoffs.
On notice. White shirts, everybody's on notice. We're going to make we're making our presence felt starting tomorrow in the playoffs. Now,
definitely ain't mad at that.
Hey, don't call me if we get knocked out. That's all I'm going to say, okay? That's it. Second half of the season, baby. Let's go.
Okay. So we win tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
We win.
All right. And so you think we're playing after that the Grizzlies? Because you said Grizzlies tonight, right? Who wins that game?
Ooh.
I'm going Warriors tonight.
Oh, okay. So you got Warriors. Okay. So
I'm going Warriors tonight. I'm going Warriors tonight.
Is that your heart talking? I feel like your head. I feel like your head wants to say Grizzlies.
You know what? I
feel like your head wants to say Grizzlies because
Curry not letting it go down tonight.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, he's not.
I'm saying Golden State by 6-7 points.
Okay.
Mark it.
Kings and Warriors.
He's going off 450. He's going off 440 piece for sure.
All right, before I get to Doughboy, Kings, Warriors. Oh no, excuse me, Kings, Grizzlies. My bad. Because if the Grizzlies lose, they play the winner of tomorrow's game. So who do you got? The Grizzlies Kings game. Because you got the Kings beating Dallas, right?
And where will that be? Will that be in Memphis or will that be in Sac?
I believe that's going to be in Memphis.
Okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, Teddy, can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
So who you got?
What you say?
Teddy had to zone out real quick to make sure.
So you have Memphis losing.
I'm just doing a little research, baby.
So you have Memphis losing, which means they play the loser, or excuse me, the winner of tomorrow's game. Mm-hmm. So Memphis. So you got the Kings beating Dallas. Memphis losing. So Memphis and Sacramento. Who do you have winning that game?
I got Kings in Memphis. And then I got Kings winning that game.
So you got the Kings. Okay.
Good, but I think the flow of the game. I think if we control the flow of the game, I think we can actually win that. The only thing that worries me is not having Monk in this matchup.
Yeah.
But I think our depth with Jalen Wells out, I think our depth is stronger than theirs right now. We can contain Ja and Bane, you know what I mean, and allow the others to kind of do their thing. I think the Kings can definitely pull it out. We definitely gonna find out, baby.
Okay,
we're gonna find out.
All right, Doughboy, I'm coming to you. So,
yes, sir.
We have the Warriors in Memphis tonight. Who do you have winning that game and why?
I got you said the Warriors and Grizzlies. I already said earlier that the Warriors was going ahead and win that matchup. Okay. Yeah, I said that earlier.
All right. So Dallas and Sacramento. Go ahead.
Oh, so for Dallas and Sacramento, man, I got the hometown, man. I got the 9-16, man.
Hey, you got a crazy glare right now, by the way.
Dude, dang, bro. Is it?
You got a crazy glare.
Dang, man. Damn. Should I go ahead and close it up real quick, man?
Nah, you good.
No, that's crazy. That glare is bad. Yeah, that glare is bad. There we go. That's way better.
There you go.
My bad. Didn't know the glare was didn't know the glare was that coming through that bad. My bad, man. My fault on that one, y'all. But no, I got the hometown 9-16 winning that game, man. I feel like they're gonna go ahead. Zach LaVine's been playing. Well, shit, I ain't gonna say playing. I think he's been balling lately. For one, you know what I mean. Now I will say, like Teddy said, man, not having Monk. What the first? We're not gonna have him until the actual playoffs.
What is it? Calf, hamstring? What is it? Calf, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the production from him not being there is gonna go ahead and hurt. So we're gonna have to have somebody really step up and really have to play big in his with his presence being not there. So I don't know if that's gonna be Devin Carter. I don't know if that's gonna be old boy that we picked up. I can't think of his name right now. They picked up in that trade that's been playing.
Terrence Davis.
Not Terrence Davis. The one that we got in that trade. I think I don't know what
that was in Memphis Summer League.
What's the old boy name, man?
Jake Lavera.
Lavera. Lavera. I've been high on him, man. You know what I'm saying? So he can go ahead and play.
Or something like that.
It's him. So you're gonna have to find some productivity out of one of them cats, man. Trey Lyles possibly, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and pick up what Malik Monk actually brought to the table. So I honestly have them, if they can go ahead and figure out a way to rebound and not give second chance opportunities to, the opposing team, I think they should go ahead and win. Now, if they don't rebound good, they don't get back in transition defense, it might be an early exit for them.
Well, the thing about it is, Sabonis is good for double-digit rebounds every night.
He is. You gotta get everybody else, though, too.
No, and Valanciunas comes in, and he's, with his limited minutes, is averaging about little 6 rebounds. So there's a lot of rebounds, you know what I mean, between those two. Like you said, get Keegan in there, do a little bit of, grinding, get some rebounds. DeRozan, if he can get in there, maybe get 4 rebounds. We should be fine. I feel like Anthony Davis is not fully healthy. That's why I feel like Sac should win this game. Anthony Davis is not Anthony Davis right now. And I just don't feel like they have enough. Clay is a shell of himself. I'm not gonna say anything disrespectful about Clay because Clay's a legend. Clay's a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's an NBA legend, but he's not the same Clay.
No, he's definitely not.
Really, if you're sacked, there's no reason you should be losing to this team.
None at all. And like I said, it all is going to boil down to, like I told you guys beforehand, man, second chance opportunities and rebounds. Book that. I'm telling you, mark my word right now, because Sacramento has been having a problem with that and getting back in transition during defense. Yeah. So if they can go ahead and limit those mistakes and actually not go on, because they've done that too as well, where they've went on long droughts of not being able to score the ball too as well. They can't do that in the playoffs, man. You can't go 6-7 minutes without no bucket.
If Doug Christie can get these guys to buy into playing defense and is playing, he is a magician. He is a new David Copperfield. If he could do that,
yes,
get these guys to play, because if you're sacked, you know you can score with any team in the NBA.
For sure.
They beat the Cavs. They beat the Celtics. Like, they beat like the two top teams in the
Yes, I agree. You can't. And the thing about it is they can't play down to competition. Don't think
that's what they do. They always do that.
The Mavs are okay. They're hurt. Clay's not as good as he used to be. AD's still coming back from injury. You know, Kyrie's no longer playing. You know what I mean? So don't get that in your head that this is just gonna be a cakewalk for you guys, man. And don't play down the competition either. All right, y'all tend to do that.
So, and you said you had the Warriors winning tonight, right?
I had the Warriors winning tonight for sure.
So Memphis and Sac, who you got winning that?
Man, I want to go ahead and go for the home team, man, but I don't know, bro. I don't know if there is going to be a way that the Kings can be able to control Ja. You know, now, like I said, we've gotten the depth that we wanted at the 5 spot with Valanciunas coming off the bench. Now they got Edie and they got Jaren Jackson. So if there's a way we can control the paint, I think they can go ahead and have a good chance of winning. But that's only if Bane and Ja doesn't have a crazy game.
I think you need both of them to play well tonight, Bane and Ja.
Yes, you do. You definitely do.
You know,
you definitely need both of those guys.
One of them goes off, but the other one's kind of quiet. I don't think you win.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
definitely. So I mean, for that though, man, I'm gonna go ahead, man. I ain't no betting man like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and go off on a limb, man, and say 9-16. Go ahead and get that one too as well. I know it's gonna be in Memphis. I know it's gonna be a quick turnaround, you know. So I don't know how they're gonna go ahead and react to that. But hopefully, like you said, if Doug can go ahead and get these boys to buy into play and to shock the NBA and put the NBA on notice, like, hey, look, yeah, we had a little bit of turmoil at the very beginning of the season. You know, we went ahead and fired, Mike Brown. We went ahead and lost De'Aaron Fox during the trade deadline. We didn't have the right chemistry, once we got Levine to come in there. We lost Monk to injury and stuff like that. If he can go ahead and piece all this together and get these boys to buy in, hey, league be on notice. They might upset somebody. I don't know about going all the way to the Western Conference Finals, but they might upset somebody.
Nah, and that's the thing. Like you kind of touched on it, Paul. It's like the Kings. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get out of them.
You don't.
Because on paper, I'm like, oh yeah, they should beat Memphis. Like, I think, but right, it's like, oh, that's the Kings. Oh, you know what I mean? So it's kind of tough to call that.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I know that you touched on this throughout the season. I know Teddy said some things throughout the season through the season too as well. This might be the time, bro. They might go ahead and go on a good little 5-6 game winning streak.
It's a new season. You're not thinking. You're not thinking about your record. You're not thinking about De'Aaron Fox. You're not thinking about
0-0.
All of that's done. It's like it's
gone.
It's sudden death right now.
Yes.
So
for sure,
I can kind of.
They might get in here, man, and shock some teams, man. If they can play up to their competition and play how they look on paper, the Sacramento Kings can be a deadly team going into the playoffs, man. Not to play in, but into the actual playoffs.
Yeah.
But they got to buy into each other, though. They got to buy into themselves and believe they can go ahead and spoil some teams, chances.
Hopefully they can do it, man. Hopefully these Kings can do it, get into the playoffs, and then guess what our prize is from there? OKC.
hey, and I'm not really mad about that matchup. I think the Kings can go ahead and give some problems to OKC if that does happen. I feel like they can go ahead and give them some problems.
I know I've kind of mentioned it throughout the year with y'all, but for me, and this ain't me hating or nothing like that.
I know where you going.
I just feel like OKC's they're scary because
hey man, don't hold back.
Let me finish. Let me finish. They're scary because they play defense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But offensively, I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about Dort. I'm not worried about none of them other guys other than if your name is Shea. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's just they're really good defensively and they play well together. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're the number one team in the West. But like you said though, the matchup.
It's favorable to the Kings, bro. Especially now they got Valanciunas. They got somebody who can come off the bench, bro. That way, if DeMontis does get into foul trouble, you got a legitimate center that's coming in that can go ahead and be able to play Chet or what's the old boy? The other buddy that's over there. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, Hartenstein. So yeah.
12-5.
So yeah.
Sac Memphis matchup. Oh, excuse me, Sac OKC matchup. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with OKC. They again defensively and the chemistry that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a culture right now. Again, like we've been saying, we're trying to find that identity, and right now we don't got that. I don't think it's OKC's time yet. Where I'm not jumping on the bandwagon saying, "Oh,
yeah, me too." Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, they're getting there though. I think
they're getting there. They're definitely getting there for sure.
The foundation is definitely laid for where they're trying to go, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last topic, real quick, before we get up out of here. If the Kings make the playoffs, right? If they get into the AFC, maybe they're competitive. Maybe they're able to steal 2 games. You know, they lose, 4-2, or to the OKC. What does that mean for the Kings this summer? Do you still feel like it's going to be like the exodus of like, oh, Sabonis want to go, DeRozan want to go, like, or do they look at each other and be like, hey, yo, like, man, we had the De'Aaron mess going on. We had the mess going on with Mike Brown. All of that's done with. Let's all come together for a full season of this group and see what we can do. We got here through all of that. We lost a lot of games we probably should have won. I think I text y'all on the thread. They won 39 games. I feel like, honestly, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me being a supporter of the Kings. I feel like watching pretty much every game this season, they lost a cool 10.
Close ones.
10 that they could have won. And out of that 10, probably about 6 they should have won. Like, like last second leads just blown, or not playing defense, or the De'Aaron Fox in Detroit that is not, you know what I mean? And he wants to laugh about it, sure, whatever. But games like that, like, I feel like if you win, if you get up to that 45, 46, wins, now you're kind of like, you're like around, dancing around 5th, 6th,
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like, I don't know. Like, what do y'all thoughts? Like, where do the Kings go if they do make the playoffs? Do you feel like they look at it as a failure? I don't look at that season as a failure. If they make the playoffs, I don't look at that as a failure for this season. What are your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Teddy.
No, I don't necessarily think it was a failure. Too much turmoil, too many things going on. Again, man, this is a whole new season. So we can right now, it's like, let's get an identity of what next season gonna look like. 0-0, the record 0-0 right now. Depending on how this ends right here, I think this is the chance for Doug to get an opportunity to get that interim tag took off of him, depending on how this outcome. You know what I mean? So, man, I don't know, man.
I know. No, it's gonna be.
I don't know.
Yeah, nah. A lot of what's going to happen with the Sacramento Kings is contingent upon what happens tomorrow, what happens Friday, and then what if you make it to the playoffs? What happens in that? Like if you get swept, it's like, man, it's they really got to kind of go on like a little run right here.
Well, the thing about it is, man, to piggyback off what you're saying though, and you made some good points, is that it's going to be a long stretch. You got damn near almost back-to-back games, so. Yes, you're gonna feel exhausted for sure, because you got 2 playing games you got to go ahead and play. Then you got to get into the playoffs to play that first round.
On the road. Yeah, it's starting back on the road again. So you go from Memphis. So you do beat Memphis, then you go ahead and go up to OKC to go play them. You know what I'm saying? For the first 2 games, I think it is. Then you come back down to Sac. You finally get a home game after 2-3 weeks of being on the road or something like that, or 2 weeks being on the road. At least a week.
Yeah, or something like that.
Maybe over a week, probably by that point, So.
I mean, if they make a deep playoff run, or if they make a playoff run into the first round, and at least, even if they do get swept, that's still something that they can go ahead and build upon, I feel like, and then be like, hey, look, you know what? We did a lot better than what we initially thought we can do after everything had went ahead, the dust is settled. we've kind of calmed down. We kind of got acclimated to one another, and learned how the styles of play of each other. At that point, it's like they would have to go ahead and talk to figure out who they would want in that front office as far as the coach goes. Then building on that, do we want Doug to be back? Can we see ourselves playing for Doug? If we can't, then hey, look, you know what? Vivek and Monty McNair, these are who we potentially looking at as coaches. Can you make that happen in order for us to buy into what you guys are trying to go ahead and feed us?
Man, I can't wait to see what happens, man.
I mean, what is his record as a coach? Does any of us know?
I heard it recently.
Like that.
From my Doug, right?
I know
it's like 20. Yeah. Shoot, that's a great question.
I'll check right now. Let's see.
And while you guys are looking that up, I also want to say, man, this is going to come down to, and this isn't necessarily about wins and losses. They want to know, even in a loss, how they come out, how they respond. Can you get the team motivated, right? So if you come out and you lose, it's a close game and the team gave it your all and they see that they stuck to the game plan and your game plan worked, maybe they will bring you back.
27-24.
27-24. Yep.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Do I think he's earned? Get the interim tag taken off? Yeah,
hell yeah, for sure.
Y'all do?
He deserves that tag. I would.
You know what I think is
they didn't take it off.
I wouldn't
be upset neither.
You know what I'm worried about as far as that, because I'm not mad at y'all saying that, because I would like to keep him, but I guess my only reservations about it is, what are the players thinking? What is Sabonis and them thinking? What is DeRozan? Because do they want a name as their guy? Do they want a Budenholzer? Do they want a Sam Cassell? Or you know what I mean? Or do they want? Hey man, we know he had history here before, but hey. What's Mike Malone doing? Like, what do they want?
There's some good coaches out there that are on the market, currently right now.
So
that are out
do
of
they
jobs.
Want Doug? I don't.
Well, players. Well, another thing is
because we know players. They run everything now, so
they damn near for sure.
One thing, regardless, again, win or lose, the players that's going to want to return back next year that wants to return next year. The names that we bring up. The pressure is more on Vivek and Monty.
It is
more than
it is.
If the players are going to return, because they're going to be seeing what they're going to be doing. That's going to determine if I want to come.
Can you pause? Can you pause right there? Because I want you to hold that thought. What does that look like? What they're going to do? What does that look like? You mean bringing in players? Like, what do you?
Well, definitely bringing in players and bringing in the right personnel as far as for the coaching staff goes So it's going to have to be a bit of both. What can you bring? What players can you bring into Sacramento that's going to go ahead and help this team still stay a playoff team?
Can I play devil's advocate? Can I play devil's advocate with that?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What can you do with this roster without trading away what you already have? Unless you traded DeRozan and maybe try to bring something else in, or trade a Monk and try to bring something else in. Like, what can you really do with the roster? Because I always say you got to trade value to get value, or do you look at the free agent market? I'm not sure. I don't think it's even a crazy market, but just get somebody that can come in and help. You know what I mean? Right. Somebody like, I don't think he's a free agent, but like, say you had like a Malik Beasley or something,
right?
Who's knocking down those threes out there in Detroit, but just somebody that can come in and help. Like, or we know we need a point guard. Mm-hmm. I don't think they believe in Devin Carter to hand him the keys to be like the guy.
No.
I know you don't, but I don't think they do either right now. So it's just point guard.
I would say definitely look at the open market for free agents when it does become available. See who you might be able to go ahead and get DeRozan or Sabonis to possibly be able to kind of recruit. I would say.
Can I ask y'all a question? Because I know we got to get out of here because we got to watch these games and we got to cook dinner. You know what I'm saying? We're getting this content up for y'all. But do y'all want DeRozan back? 4-5? I feel like he slowed us down offensively. And if you look on Twitter and IG, I'm seeing a lot of people talk, we shouldn't have got Zach LaVine. No, Zach, what are y'all casuals? Are you really sitting there saying like we shouldn't have got Zach LaVine? Like, dude's been balling. Like, I feel like when you look at how we used to play, up and down, ball move, even the half court, ball was moving all over the place. Now it's just elbow, turn around, mid-range. It's just slow now. And I feel like that isn't really...
Well, I think that's because they lost the personality on offense. Once they lost Mike Brown as their offensive coach.
No. Well, Mike Brown's a defensive coach.
Well, I mean, who was calling?
They lost.
Who was helping him out?
They lost our offensive guy to Brooklyn. He's a head coach out there now. That was the offensive guy. What was his name? I forgot his name. I'm drawing a blank today, but I forgot his name. But he's a head coach out in Brooklyn.
So basically, you're saying right now, man, the only thing and it's going to hurt Doug Christie if you're going to go ahead and say that thing, because Doug Christie is more of a defensive-minded coach. So if that is the case, Mike Brown losing, it's in Brooklyn.
You're talking about Jordy Fernandez.
Yes, Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah, Jordy Fernandez. So if you lose Jordy Fernandez to Brooklyn, right? Then you have Doug Christie, who's another defensive-minded coach, like how Mike Brown is. How are you gonna get these other players to buy into it then? Offensively?
Well, that's why I was asking y'all. Do we keep DeRozan because he's a ball stopper? He's not running around. He's not getting the spots. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Give it the ball. I feel like if you can go ahead and get a offensive coach who can go ahead and help get him off some screens here and there, or probably have him post up mid range and facilitate through him to be able to. Who knows, as far as being a facilitator in the low block or at the elbow, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when you're down in the elbow being DeRozan, some people tend to be like, all right, you know what, this is DeRozan, he's down here, this is his sweet spot, we gotta go ahead and go double team this man. DeRozan has to be able to be like, all right, you know what, they're coming down with the double, they're sending it, who's the open cat that I can go ahead and throw this ball to that can go ahead and hit these open shots? So I mean, if you can find an offensive guy that can go ahead and figure out a flowing system through him, then cool. If not, because you guys said it beforehand, it is a slower pace with him in the ball game. Mm-hmm.
What can you do to go ahead and help out to be able to continue to keep up pace with all the other fast-paced NBA teams that are running the ball up and down the court?
And we heard early on when De'Aaron first left that it was kind of like DeRozan was like, whoa, well, that's why I came to play with him, you know. So,
right.
And he, you know, so we'll see, you know. I think he's in the contract another 2 years, another 2 seasons. 2. So he's
player options after
next or after. Yeah. So
let me ask y'all a question. This is good for thumbnail too. Should Keon Ellis be mentioned in the all NBA in that range? Second
defensive
team, whatever.
Yes.
Defensively?
Yes.
Second team for sure.
He won't be, but yes.
Yeah.
Second team for sure.
Yeah.
I always say,
you don't think he will?
Nah, because for the Kings, like.
That boy said all casual shit.
Shouts out to Keon Ellis. You know what?
Yes, he's been balling.
Not give you your flowers, but here on All Net No Rim, we're gonna give you.
Well, we definitely doing that for sure. Keep that up, young bull.
Player.
I love the way he plays defense, and I think I was telling Doughboy a couple weeks ago. We got 2 players who play defense: Keon Ellis,
and Keon. Yes, you I agree.
But
and DeMontis. When he's not in foul trouble.
When he's not in foul trouble. But you know, hey, by the way, this game got a whole lot closer. 68.
It sure did. 8-point lead. Sure am. Sure looking right at us. We're filming.
I don't know. Atlanta coming back. I don't know. So we're gonna see. But
Orlando should be able to pull that out.
We're gonna get up out of here, man. I'm going to try to upload this video as fast as possible because we talked about a lot of things that are relevant that are happening right now and tomorrow. So we're gonna try to get this video up. And yeah, man, we're gonna eat some dinner. We're gonna enjoy these games, and we're gonna get back at y'all.
Y'all got lucky. I had one more on y'all too. Y'all got lucky.
No, we're gonna get back at y'all. What's today? Today's Tuesday.
We gotta bring it up this week.
So Thursday's a perfect day to come back because the Kings game would have been played with a first game. So we'll kind of come back after Wednesday, and then talk about tonight's games, Wednesday's games. Get ready for the last playing game on Friday. So we'll do that. Sure. So we'll come back Thursday. You know what we should do? I think we'll go live on Thursday and just do it live on YouTube. So it'll just be
however you want to do it. I'm with it. So whoever with it.
I have to stream the game tomorrow, man. I have to stream that game.
I would love to do that, but we're always off. We're always, like we have different time. I would love to do that though.
TVs be too fast. TVs be too slow.
Why is that?
About that.
So
I don't know.
It's just delays, man. I hate that.
Well, it's crazy you said that because the TV in the front room is slower than TV in the bedroom.
Yeah.
TV in the bedroom
in your house.
Faster. So for me, in the house.
Same
so
for me.
It's like
like if I watch watch something on my phone, it's faster than it is on my TV. Like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm like, man, but no, I would love to do that though. I mean, no. We could do that. and just kind of just work with it. Like, but whoever's ahead, you gotta kind of be self-aware. You gotta be aware.
It's
just be like
hard to do that though.
Oh, he just hit a game-winning shot. Oh, I got a minute left. I ain't even there. Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying?
What you gonna say, Ted?
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another nice thumbnail one for y'all. Playoff time, 7-game series. Y'all taking Indiana, OKC, Paul George.
Oh, you coming with random? You coming with the random?
Are you gonna take Jimmy Butler?
I'm taking Paul George. I'm taking Paul George any day of the week, 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, PG-13.
Did you see what he did against LeBron that year?
Jimmy B.
You didn't see.
I'm taking PG.
Going Jimmy B.
You must have forgot.
Jimmy on the playoff P.
You must have forgot what he did to LeBron that year.
Yeah, man.
Go watch some highlights.
He destroyed them boys.
Go watch them highlights. He was cold.
PG destroyed them boys, man. Destroyed.
Hey, you know what?
So you're thinking of PG now. No, you're thinking of PG now.
Yeah, he's thinking the hurt PG. Hell yeah.
In the comments, are y'all taking Indiana, OKC, Paul George, 7-game series, or Jimmy Butler, Miami, Jimmy Butler? Let us know.
PG-13.
Leave a comment.
PG. And you got to think too.
For sure.
You got to think too. Like, would you saying that? Like, and I'm gonna be honest. That year that Jimmy made that run, when they played the Denver Nuggets and lost, which I knew they were gonna do. Bruh, every series, like there was somebody. Giannis was out the first round. I think he hurt his tailbone. Who did they play the next? I think the Knicks they played, right? They played the Knicks.
There was no cat. It was only Jalen Brunson and
I want to say
Villanova boys.
I want to say somebody was hurt that series too. They played the Knicks.
Oh, for real?
And then and Boston just collapsed. Oh my! I don't know how the Heat beat. I remember that. I remember.
I don't know.
Boston. I give them that Boston one, but Boston just collapsed. They shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have lost to that team. But they lost to the Nuggets. But I just don't feel like. Well, they wouldn't have got past the first round that year if Giannis was healthy, and it wouldn't even been that whole playoff. It wouldn't even been that. Like, I'll take PG, but y'all better watch out for Jimmy G tonight, man. Jimmy Buckets is gonna go ahead and show you playoff Jimmy, brother, where he gonna be like tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Playoff Jimmy gonna come. We'll see.
He coming. He's coming. He coming to get all his food.
We'll see. All net, no rim. I'll go by the name of Steph. We got Doughboy Bush. We got Teddy Y45. We up out of here, man. We're going to be back on Thursday. Yeah. So, man, like I said, I don't know. That would be dope to stream how we used to, but I feel like before we were in sync, me and you, 45. I don't know what happened, but I don't know. Maybe we can figure it out, man. We'll kind of see where we're at. Yeah, but we're going to be back at y'all this week.